And first, we have more on the NBA Finals. It all starts Thursday night in San Antonio. East meets West. And if you believe the odds makers, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a very slim chance of beating the talent-laden San Antonio Spurs. But as they say, that's why we play the games. Jalen Rose has played in 59 postseason games in his 12 years in the NBA, and he's here now to help us preview the Cavs and the Spurs. Jalen, good to see you as always. Let's start with the Cavaliers. Where should their focus be? Because when you play San Antonio, they can come at you from so many different angles. What do they try to stop first?
When you're the Cleveland Cavaliers and you're going against Skip Bayless's San Antonio Spurs, the same Skip Bayless that picked our Phoenix Suns to win the championship.
Thank you.
When you're talking about going against that team, you really want to win game one. Throw all of the cliches out of the window. Yes, the Spurs have been there, done that, but you're the Cleveland Cavaliers. You're here for the first time. It's youthful. It's exciting. You got King James in your locker room, the best all-around player in the series. Tim Duncan is a two-time NBA MVP. He's a three-time Finals MVP. They have been there, done that. So if you're the Cavs, you let your hair down, you have fun, and it's all about game one. You could go in there and you could take game one. You send a message to your team, their team, and the rest of the world.
It's funny because when you hear Tim Duncan talk, you can tell there was a little resentment in his voice that his Spurs are being overshadowed by LeBron and the Cavs. But at the same time, everyone is picking the Spurs. So if you're San Antonio, how do you stay focused on doing what you need to do, and that's go out and win 4 games?
That's exactly how. When you're the San Antonio Spurs, you don't want it to become old hat, like we talked about them not selling out against the Utah Jazz. To their fans, it became old hat. So what do? You pick a rally cry. Your rally cry, all of the highlights are about LeBron. Everything's LeBron, LeBron, LeBron. What about us? We're the savvy team. We have the veterans. We got guys like Michael Finley that want to win their first world championship. We got Greg Popovich, who used to coach, who was the head coach while Mike Brown was the assistant. So many subplots when you talk about this Cleveland Cavaliers and the San Antonio Spurs final. So when you're the San Antonio Spurs, you understand that our rally cry is going to be, yeah, we're the favorite, and everybody's talking about picking us, but everybody's really rooting for LeBron.
LeBron beat the Pistons pretty much by himself in Game 5. The supporting cast did it in Game 6. How will the Spurs defend LeBron James and the Cavs?
You want to take away his layups. You saw him flying through the air against the Detroit Pistons. Nobody contested no shots at the rim. Look for San Antonio Spurs, who are a great defensive team, the best defensive team in our league, to contest a lot of those shots. Look at them to suffocate the paint and make the Cleveland Cavalier perimeter shooting team and try to take away the transition basket. When you talk about playing against Cleveland, obviously you want to contain LeBron. He's really too big and too physical for Bruce Bowen. I think he's going to have his way in this series. Manu Ginobili can't guard him. Michael Finley can't guard him. Tony Parker can't guard him. I can't guard him. Nobody can guard him. But it's a team game. You want to keep him out of the paint, and you want to make other guys beat you.
Jalen, this is it. We're in the finals now. Do both teams practice the same way they have all season, or are they going to start changing things up?
Exactly the same way. If you were shooting half-court shots before and after practice, you do it. All of the cliches and all of the things, they go out of the window. It's about fun. Enjoy the NBA Finals. There are a lot of great players who haven't made it to this point. That's why you want to have a real superstar on your team like both of these teams had. Because when you talk about multiple champions in the NBA, yes, we talk about the superstar, the Hakeem Olajuwon, the Magic Johnson, the Larry Bird, the Isaiah Thomas, the Michael Jordan. They all play with other superstars and Hall of Famers. But it's the role players, the intangible guys like a Robert Horry has done in his career and made a name for himself, who really step up at this time of year. So you do exactly what you've done all year. You're going to tweak some things because you're going against a specific team for a 7-game series. You're going to understand every player's strengths and weaknesses. You're going to play it out like a chess match. But at the end of the day, when you toss the ball up, it's just basketball.
Jalen, I mentioned your 59 postseason games. You've played in 6 different postseasons. Your message is pretty simple: relax and have fun. But at the same time, how much different will everything be? The fans, the arenas, the pressure. How much different will it be?
Everything is turned up a decimal. When you talk about playing in the NCAA tournament, it's different when you get to the Final Four. The same thing in the NBA. You talk about playing an 82-game schedule. You turn it up 2 notches when you go to the playoffs. And then when you get to the NBA Finals, it's the highest level of basketball. You talk about the best players in the world, the biggest prize in sport, talking about the NBA championship. So everything's on the line. But as a player, you understand it's still basketball, still something you do at the park. It's still something you do at the backyard. It's still something you do for the love. And since you're doing it for the love, you go out there and give it your all every play, every game, and have no regrets.
All right, Jalen Rose, he's been there and done that. Jalen, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
The NBA Finals, game number 1 of the best of 7. It starts Thursday, 8:30 Eastern Time over on ABC. It's the Cavs and the San Antonio Spurs. And if you need something to get you through from